Welcome to PopCast. My name is Dr. Popular, and this is a crowd-sponsored yo-yo show. Big shout out to Greg Knowles and Jeff Atwood and all the rest of the folks who helped make this show possible on patreon.com. Each episode we have kind of a different topic, and sometimes we have special guests. This episode we have a special guest, Coco Sun. What's up?
Hi. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, Doc. Yeah, I'm Coco. Hi.
So Coco, tell us a bit about yourself.
So I'm Coco. I'm originally from Shanghai, and then I've been in the States for, 4 or 5 years now. I'm in college. I yo-yo. I think I started yo-yoing like 2013, and then I kind of stopped after 2015, 2016, and then I'm picking it back up a lot more this year.
Wait, so 2016 you took a break. You've had a 3-year break, but something big happened because this year you got first place at the Women's 1A National Yo-Yo Contest. How do you say that?
I don't even know, like National Women's Division, yeah.
Right on. First place. So that's a big step from nothing to...
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I feel like 2019 is really the first time since like 2016 that I'm like, I can get back into it. It's like becoming fun again. And and then for some reason I got like really, really lucky, and it was kind of a crazy moment for me. I like wasn't expecting it. I was just like, I've never been to nationals. I want to go, and then kind of all just happened. That's
right. So I watched your national routine, and you had a good combination of bangers and really fast moving, synced to the music tricks. You had big motions. You moved across the stage. You sort of did all the right things. I was just wondering, did you have like stage experience before this?
Well, outside of yo-yoing, not really. I've been on a couple of yo-yoing stages. Like, I went to Worlds in 2015, and that was probably my biggest stage experience. There were probably like 500 people or something. Mm-hmm. But other than that, not really. I've just been I've been going to a lot of contests this year, so I've been seeing a lot of people on stage, and I see their movements and I look at their routines. I'm like, so that's how you make something look super cool and stuff. And I was like, might as well try it myself.
So you just absorbed it.
Yeah, basically, I guess.
Do you have any players in particular you sucked up knowledge from watching them?
Yeah, definitely. I think this year I've been I went to PNWR, I went to Cal State, so I saw Kieran Cooper a lot, Connor Seals, a lot of those people. I think they're doing so difficult tricks, but at the same time they're making them look so good, and I think that's amazing, and that's definitely something I can only aspire to do.
So let's talk about some yo-yoing. I think what we'll do in the show is we're going to talk about some yo-yo tricks, specifically binds. I thought would be kind of fun, and then afterwards we've got a box from TopYo. And I know you're fond of unboxing, so I thought I'd let you unbox this one.
Wow.
So yeah, let's go do some tricks.
Sure.
On this episode of PopCast, I thought a fun thing to focus on would be binds for no particular reason. I didn't watch your routine and be like, we have to talk about binds. I think what kicked it off is every time I post a trick, something I'm really proud of, I get this comment. It's like just every single time there's a comment from someone that's like, I want to learn that bind. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, what bind?
Oh, you didn't think about it.
What about the rest of the trick? So anyway, apparently there's a bind I do a lot, and it's a real simple one. But it gets a lot of comments, and it's just bam.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
That's clean.
So it's just bam, bam. So the fundamentals for how to do that are you're just going to do a little whip. Mm-hmm. Do you know the name of that whip?
It's like a backwards 0.5 because I know how to do it this way.
Yeah.
But it's
so
the other
if you do it this way, you're not in bind city.
Right.
And we want to be in bind city. So it's going to be out to the side, bam. Now, what you can do from here is just toss to the right and catch.
I
matrix that. Right? So, and that's what I think I used to do all the time. And then somewhere along the line, I never really thought about it, so I never even named this or anything. And I'm not even saying it's mine, but apparently every time I do it, people want to learn it. So, bam, over, and then you're going to go on your left hand here. And one nice thing about this is it does make a nice snap
like
sound.
a snapping sound.
And partially that's because, I mean, you can just drop it if you want, but when I'm doing it, I do just a little combination of drop from here while pulling down.
Ooh.
And that just kind of helps double that.
And then you drop your
Pointer finger? Yeah.
Oh, it comes out really nice, but I'm not getting that snappy sound that you're getting. Let's see. You're almost like.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a tug, and you can totally do it without the tug.
Oh wait, I'm doing it backwards again.
So I'm calling this undertale, if I have to call it something.
I like
undertale.
Sword.
It just keeps coming right at me every time.
I'll try not to.
I know you know what you're doing. This is what it's like now. Now I know what it feels like to hang around a yo-yo. This is how people feel around me all the time. It's like, Jesus, Doc, come on.
Yeah,
okay.
my friends, every time they're like, oh, don't hit me. I'm like, I'm not going to.
And yeah, just one quick note about this. I feel like when I'm demonstrating it, I do a round and kind of do that because it's just this nice motion. However, probably when you see me do it in the videos, I probably just do that. So whichever way you want to do it. If I'm being honest, because I'm not thinking about it, I usually just go, bam, yeah.
Gotcha. I feel like it takes.
Now that's kind of cool what you're doing there. You're kind of dropping and.
Oh, is that not what you're doing? I thought.
So I'm just kind of hanging it on my left finger and just drop.
Oh, okay. I see. I think it's because I used to love this spine right here, which is like, I think it's the same thing, but I think you just like go here and then you just kind of like karate chop it.
Okay. Yeah, that's totally the same thing then. Whoa, but that's a different start.
Is it?
Well, right?
I think I land on this back string.
That's cool.
Is that different?
No, that's fine. See, we're learning, we're trading, we're riffing here.
Yeah, I just remember I love doing this because it's like a little karate.
I feel like you have to make a sound if you do that, though. You know.
Yeah.
Either hiya or yeah. Okay, so here.
Right.
Here.
Backwards, and then
and just to kind of show that, instead of mounting onto a brother, I'm keeping the same exact position, but I'm going to that string, and then.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the claw grind.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I do love the claw grind. That is this.
Ooh.
And I like to catch it into that little stall.
And then you can and you can restart it.
So claw grind is you make a claw, but just two finger claw.
2 finger.
They should call it the pincer claw or the pincer bind. You're gonna catch and throw. So obviously it's spinning here. You throw over, and then kind of a crucial part is the pulling down.
Do you swing the yo-yo over onto your left hand? Oh, you just hop it?
Yeah, I just hop up. I do to kind of clear the string. I do kind of move the string slightly to the left. Yeah.
But do you hold it like this way so that the string doesn't get in there?
I have found that kind of turning my hand upside down helps. You could catch it here, but it's really about giving it as much of that exposure to the axle as possible.
Gotcha.
So that's probably why I turn my hand up. So catch.
So you hop it. I feel like I need to like do this because this is a pretty wide yo-yo.
Yeah.
I feel like it gets like caught up in between my fingers.
And I don't think there's any specific way that your fingers have to land on it as long as it's spinning.
Oh, gotcha.
So like if you, sometimes I catch it with my fingers right in the finger grind area, and that works really well, especially on the Icarus. But other times I catch it, using the outer rim. Both ways work.
But I feel like this would.
That's a good spin.
I should turn it though.
Yeah, turn it so you're just rotating this way.
Oh.
Yeah, that's close.
I need to really get the string in.
It is a real hit or miss. I don't have a tip for that part. I asked Ernest. I saw Ernest's video on how to do the claw grind, and I asked him about it, and he's just like, "You just do it. You just throw it and do it." So yeah, he had no good tips for me, and yeah, he can hit it every time, and I'm definitely 50-50 with this one.
Gotcha. Wow, this is a cool one.
That's a fun one. I mean that grind is hella pretty, but then on top of that, like I said, if you do that, and when you start to feel it grab, if you kind of open your thumb,
it'll go in between.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a little bit more like, instead of it going in, it's a little bit more like placed. And I like that feeling of kind of like shook. And now you're in a little bind stall, and you can.
Oh, why is that so hard? that final pulling part. I know how to do like this version. I think it's kind of similar, but like instead of like grasping it, just like letting it spin on your finger.
Oh, that looks so much harder.
I think it's actually, maybe it's because I have like little hands.
That was magic.
Like that's a bit easier because I don't have to like hold on to it as much. So you basically, it's the same thing, like, but instead of grabbing it, you let it like spin on your finger, and then you swing it around, and you can bind it this.
That is amazing. How is that even?
It's actually the same exact thing, yeah.
It looked so different.
That's exactly it. You got it though. So you like just.
So one nice thing about the way you're doing it is I noticed that it actually wraps around a little more. It goes kind of a little bit cross.
Right.
Where with the claw grind, you're not going to get that because your hand's in the way. So the claw grind, the most you're going to get in terms of overlap is that. But with the one you were doing, this string can continue a little more.
Right, and I think that's what made it a bit easier for me. Oh, yes! Oh my gosh, it's my lucky day. I'm like getting these binds. Okay, let's see. I
nice.
see. So you like have to like send it in a bit more, like the loop on your right hand. Like you have to like
really
almost guide it a bit more.
Okay.
Like you, because I think like I'm like used to doing this, and this one you can just really just kind of just
hit it anywhere.
Yeah, and then it'll come up type of thing. But
all right, so that's enough binds. Thank you so much for doing that with me. Let's go back and unbox a yo-yo.
Exciting stuff.
So we are back from learning that awesome trick.
Ooh,
Thank you so much for showing me that. I am going to definitely use that thing that you showed me all the time.
For sure, it's a fun one.
So we have a box from TopYo, and we also have a zine. Let me show you the zine first. This is something that I made, and that one's for you. This is String Burn Yo-Yo Zine. Now, zines are just homemade magazines. This is the first ever homemade yo-yo magazine I've ever made, and it's got contributions from Sean Garcia, Steve Brown. We've got like all sorts of rad stuff in here. And basically this is something that if you follow me on Patreon, if you help support the show on Patreon, I'm trying to send this out to my Patreon backers for this month only. So, you know, sign up, enter your address, and you should get one of these. And then also there's going to be PDFs available throughout the rest of the year. And as far as right now, that's the only way to get one of these zines, unless you see me in person and I happen to have some and do an interview with you. I think there's two ways to get the zine, basically, is what I'm saying. Either this or on Patreon. Okay, and so that's String Burn Zine. It's got poetry.
It's so cool. Like, I was looking at some of this stuff. It's like funny but also like cool. Love it. This is a package from TopYo. TopYo made the Top Steel, which is a steel yo-yo made by TopYo. So I guess they ran out of names and just called it the Top Steel. This is a rad yo-yo. Like, I'm all into the idea of alternative metals. And you know, titanium's been done, magnesium. Steel is something that they've only been doing for miniature yo-yos, and that's back when people foolishly thought that miniature yo-yos had to be super packed with weight, like heavier than the regular yo-yo, which I've ranted about before. This is pretty cool though, because instead of trying to use steel to maximize weight, they just did this like super thin, and they tried to make the steel as light as possible, like try to make the walls as thin as possible. So it's still actually kind of heavy because steel is a heavy metal. Heavy metal. But yeah, this is a dope yo-yo, and you can throw it later. My only thoughts on this is from my personal experience. I love the high walls and organic shapes. This has none. I mean, it's very smooth. It's very organic. It's not very like edgy. But yeah, I kind of need higher walls. So like, I do love this yo-yo, and if you like this type of shape, this is a really rad yo-yo. And I have a feeling most of the yo-yos that TopYo makes are similar shapes. Well, let's find out. You can unbox that. I brought you a rad stabby tool. Amazing.
Sit back and watch.
I guess wow, this is so cool. I haven't done an unboxing like in front of a video camera for a while.
And thanks to editing.
Yay!
Bam! So I don't know much about TopYo. Like I said, I saw the steel yo-yo. I thought it was pretty magical. Let's dump those. Let's see what's in there.
This is actually like such nice packaging. Ta-da! Oh, and strings.
So, they're strings I have used. I don't know if it's 84 or B4. I think that's 84.
84? Yeah.
84 string. This is rad string, and it's really UV reactive. I have the little UV light over there. You can kind of see it. You can use some of this if you want. It looks like you got good string set up. Which string do you use?
I use kitty string.
Kitty string is bomb. Yeah. And these yo-yos, I will be totally honest, I already opened the box and taped it up before you came over.
Really?
I wanted you to have that experience.
Wow. Well, I appreciate that.
But I've only thrown this one. And again, I was like looking at all the shapes and trying to think which shape is the most for me. And yeah, this shape is kind of the most similar to that steel yo. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, one thing that I was just noticing today was they have this matte finish and then kind of like a gloss on the inside.
It's like polished here, but not really on the inside. That's kind of cool.
And that might even be backwards. This might be the part that got treated, and then this part is untreated. Gotcha. And that would have been done before they anode it. So they would have somehow finished this with a matte, and then just somehow masked that. I don't know how they did it, but that's kind of a cool effect. Plus the fade.
Yeah, it's a really cool finish.
And I guess this yo-yo is called the Colossus 5 or Colossus V.
This isn't very. This isn't a giant yo-yo to be called a Colossus. I feel like
it is kind of weird to call the normal size yo-yo the Colossus.
Right.
What else we got? You can open these. Let's get into them.
They don't really have names on the packaging.
Yeah, the packaging is all like kind of the same
Standard.
packaging,
Gotcha.
which makes sense. I'm not complaining. Whoa, this one's actually got a really nice inside here.
Oh, this is like a V-shaped. It's called Celine.
Celine?
Yeah.
That is pretty. That is a gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a really cool finish.
How did they do that? So this one's the Blackbird, and again, all these yo-yos kind of have that similar shape, that V shape. This one has a really nice bowl for finger spins and a real nice thumb grind area there. Really good for claws. Do you know claw grinds?
I've seen them. I can't do them.
That's one of the ones I want to show you today because that's a fun way to bind.
Amazing. Yeah, this is kind of cool. Like this has got like they've got like details on the inside as well. Like it's pretty cool.
How do they do that? All right, there's one more to get to. So we've got the Blackbird, the Colossus V, which is just a normal size yo-yo, and yeah, Celine Dion.
Celine Dion with an S. This is called Impulse 2.
That is an edgy yo-yo.
Yeah.
Actually, both of these are pretty edgy.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of the so these guys sponsored TopYo sponsored nationals, U.S. nationals, and they probably sponsored a ton of other contests. But it seems like they're being very active now.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's pretty rad. And they're making a ton of yo-yos. Although I have to say, these yo-yos look different, stylistically, but none of them, including the one that I really like, none of them have those high walls that I like. So it seems like they're going for. I mean, I think they're just going for maybe. I equate this shape with a very competitive, kind of stage presence kind of thing or whatever.
Definitely. Yeah.
And this yo-yo with more like floaty.
And fun.
I'm old and I still yo-yo. That's kind of what the organic shape says.
Yeah. I think they're probably more contest driven, just like seeing them in the scene a lot more recently. Yeah.
These yo-yos are part of a giveaway. TopYo sent them as a donation to folks who leave a comment on the Patreon for this video post. So if you want a chance to win, I'm gonna say these two or these two. I'm gonna do 2 giveaways this month. Find the Patreon post with this video that you're watching, leave a comment, and after a month, I will randomly pick a winner. Cool, so thank you TopYo for sending me these.
Yay.
And make a high wall version of this. I mean, I sound like I'm complaining. Oh, yay, TopYo!
Yay, TopYo!
Okay, well, that's it. Thank you so much for showing me that awesome thing you showed me.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching this video. Each month, I have 1 or 2 videos up and a couple bonus videos sometimes up on the Patreon page exclusively for Patreon backers. So check out patreon.com/DocPop to help support the show, get a discount on yo-yos from drpopular.com, and just feel good about yourself knowing that you're not just sucking this content soullessly. You're contributing to it. You basically made it. You did this.
Yay, you on patreon.com/DocPop. Yay.